Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
That's like a little bit of an oxymoron.
Look, I know, it's different when we're saying Happy Friday, but
That's right.
it's going to be a good week. It's
No,
going to be a
it's going
good
to be a
week.
great week. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. So I woke up without water this morning. You know, we have a lot of animals, and I was relieved when I finally got to work. Like, wow, there's
Oh,
water. It
man.
was the best. It was the best feeling.
What a start to it. Some folks like to take train rides and whatnot, and Amtrak is doing something that is really, really, really cool as long as they can push it through the city. So they're asking the government right now for nearly $30 million to build a new station in downtown Atlanta. And in this grant report, Amtrak says this new hub could better connect Atlanta to Hartsfield-Jackson, Atlanta International Airport, also 10 cities. We're talking Macon, Savannah, Chattanooga, Nashville, Memphis, Greenville, Charlotte. Now here's where it's a little dicey. Amtrak doesn't say exactly where they want this hub to be, but you may remember back in 2022 there was a city council resolution that the city signed on to support development in Centennial Yards near the downtown stadiums. So I shared this earlier on the morning show that I have never been on a train to get somewhere. I've been on a subway, but I've never actually taken a train to get to a different city. So this would be something I would be interested in using. But of course, like everything, big projects like these, they just have to have the funding behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. But I personally, I enjoy taking a train. It's just, it's a little easier than taking an airplane, and you can just
Yeah.
relax. And I don't know, sometimes I still do get a little anxiety on flights, even though I've flown so much. But
Yeah.
it's just like you're thousands of feet
Look,
above the ground.
Look, at least people will have another option if something like this goes through. So we'll be watching that closely just to see if the city, or if the government, I should say, is going to back
Yeah.
it, because that could be a game changer for the city of Atlanta for sure. Joy, also, we know a lot of people are going to have a short week at work this week. Some folks are going to be off on Wednesday. As companies observe Juneteenth, obviously it being a federal holiday. But here's what's cool. Juneteenth the celebrations already got started over the weekend, because we know that Juneteenth marks the day that slaves in Galveston, Texas found out they had been set free. Now, they were the last in the country, I should say, to receive the news, and people in Sandy Springs also learning over the weekend about the role that black soldiers played in the Civil War. Juneteenth became a federal holiday in 2021 after President Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law. Take a listen.
I think 99% of the problems that we have in our community would be solved by us sticking together, because most people are subjected to what they've been exposed to. So I just want to I want to offer myself as an example, and just be a beacon of light wherever I can.
That was T.I. Tip Harris, yes, Atlanta's very own there, really making sure he was out there to not only celebrate this day and celebrate Black excellence as a whole, but out there to make sure he's spreading the message of something that, you'd be surprised, despite it being a federal holiday, people still will enjoy the day off because it's offered by their company, but they may not understand the true meaning behind it. And that's why it's so important that we educate ourselves, and that, we report on things like this. So Juneteenth became a
Absolutely.
federal holiday again back in 2021. And what's exciting is here at Atlanta News First and with Peachtree TV on our sister station, we are going to be hosting the Juneteenth Atlanta Parade and Music Festival. It's always such a fun time. It's going to be happening this Saturday. We'll be broadcasting from 12 noon until 2 o'clock on Peachtree TV. Enjoy it. Look, it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
But if you
yeah.
want to beat the heat, you can always watch it on TV. But if you want to come out and meet us, which I think that would be fun too, just come on out. We would love to see you.
Yeah, and I know we have so many members of our team who are going to be out there, and like you said, it's a great time, and it's a cause to celebrate, but it's also important, an important moment to really remember the
course.
history there, and a bittersweet history.
Of course, and you know what, Joy, I'll tell you one thing too. I got a chance to speak with the organizers of the Juneteenth Atlanta Parade and Music Festival, and you can really hear their heart behind why an event like this is so important and why they expect to see so many young people out there, not just because of the activities that they have going on. It's going to be fun, and of course we know, why there's something to celebrate, but also why there's something to truly commemorate and just to remember, because we can't let that piece of history die, so that we can ensure we never go back.
Absolutely, 100%. Thank you so much, Brooks. So
Thank you.
appreciate it, and hope you have a wonderful week.
Oh, yes.
All right, so I want to take everybody now to this story
The tow truck
let me set up this. I apologize. I'm missing a piece of video. That is
driver
my
says
fault.
he's fine, and he's got plenty of.
So I'm about to play you a story by Better Call Harry. And the gist of what he's going to explain here are repossession rights. And I want to show you this video, which Harry is going to show you, of a tow truck essentially nearly crushed while trying to repossess another man's car. So it really brings up a lot of questions about your rights if you have something that is going to be repossessed. Here's Better Call Harry.
Business, because Georgia has one of the highest repossession rates in the U.S.
So who's in the Mercedes?
Witnesses inside a Conyers title pond know something isn't right. They are watching a driver in this Mercedes SUV talk to a tow truck driver who has paperwork to repossess his car. The tow truck driver is on the left, and he is blocking the driver with his truck. Video picks up after the driver pulls forward.
That guy was coming over that curb trying to get away from that tow truck.
Keep recording.
Employees at the title pond tell Atlanta News First that the driver came in to apply for a loan. When he saw the tow truck, he got back in his car.
Tiffany, get my keys.
That's one of the employees worried about her car. It's this one. A minute later, she rushes outside to move it. She backs up, and watch this. The Mercedes-Benz driver decides he's backing up. There he goes, up the ramp and over.
What the hell?
What an idiot!
Oh my gosh!
It's not worth that. It's not worth your life. It's not worth you putting somebody else in danger.
Conyers police say when the tow truck driver opened the passenger door, he had no place to go. Watch again. As the SUV backs up, the tow truck driver climbs into the car as it flips over. He didn't want to be on camera, but on his video, the tow truck driver is surprisingly calm.
You did that, not me.
Police say in any heated towing situation, you should call them.
That's what we are here for, to mediate the situation and to resolve the situation as best as we can.
This is extreme, but repossessions happen a lot. In fact, a 2023 consumer law firm study ranked Georgia in the top 5.
We are among the poorest states in the country.
Liz Coyle with the consumer advocacy group Georgia Watch says short of declaring bankruptcy, it is hard to stop a repossession. But owners do have rights. In Georgia, lenders are required to give owners 10 days notice before the repossession with the option to buy the car back until it's sold. The car will most likely go to auction, but even then, the owner could get some of that money back.
In some cases, if a car is repossessed on the original loan, on the original financing, the car can be resold to cover the cost of the debt, but they have to give, if the car is worth more than they owed, they have to give the consumer what's called the surplus.
But there's no surplus here.
I pulled up to repossess this Mercedes. Dude drives over my bed and flips his car.
Conyers police arrested the car's owner for reckless driving and a stolen gun. He trashed the car and spent 2 nights at the Rockdale County Jail.
Good job.
By the way, the folks at Georgia Watch hate title loans because you end up in an endless cycle of debt. But they did tell us about a nonprofit lender whose goal is to put drivers in a car they can afford. Let's go ahead and show the website. It is called On the Road Lending. Yeah, it's a nonprofit, and you do not have to have good credit. However, you have to be interviewed so they can evaluate your budget. And look at this. They can only finance affordable, reliable cars like Honda, Toyota, and Hyundai. It is only available in 5 states, and Georgia is one of them. I'm Better Call Harry, Atlanta News First.
All right, thanks so much to Harry for letting us know our repossession rights. All right, let's talk about the issue of food waste, because every day tons of food are thrown away while so many people in Metro Atlanta and all around the world don't have enough to eat. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Castor shares how a new program at the University of Georgia aims to cut down on food tossed into landfills.
Thanks to a grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Georgia farmers will get a helping hand, turning some of their fresh produce into jams, jellies, and salsas. It's all part of an effort to reduce food waste. Here at Dickey Farms, you can find fresh peaches, peaches in jars, and in jams.
The best thing I like here at Dickey Farms is the peach ice cream.
Farmer Lee Dickey says peaches have different grades.
You have grade 1 and grade 2, but even though you've got, a second grade peach, that needs to be a firm peach. So once they get a little soft, even if it's a soft spot, they're just not of a quality to go into a box and be resold.
According to the nonprofit Feeding America, 38% of food here in the U.S. goes to waste, a total of 92 billion pounds a year. More than half of all waste in landfills is food. The University of Georgia's Value Addition Institute for Business Expansion is helping farmers from throwing anything away.
So there's a peanut farmer in Middle Georgia that is essentially throwing away 8 tons of peanuts per day because they're not suitable to make into their in-shell peanut product.
Caitlin Kasuli, the head of the program, says they can either connect them with wholesalers looking to buy the product in bulk or teach them how to process it themselves.
So what we can do with that is take, a peanut that might not look good on the outside, dry it enough to take off the shell, and then use the kernel inside. That would essentially be the same grade as the kernel without the blemished shell. But use that and make it into something else.
Some farmers like Dickey have already taken the step. He says it's a part of the farmer's mindset, not to waste anything. Georgia's Agriculture Commissioner says increasing farmers' processing capabilities is one of his top priorities. He'll serve on the center's board of directors. In Musella, I'm Abby Casoris.
Okay, let's talk about our St. Jude Dream Home giveaway now. And it's so important just to remember St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, as we're showing you video of this campus, dedicated to helping children and their families battling childhood cancer. And, they're dedicated to finding cures, saving lives, as we've been reporting to you. You want to get your tickets today for the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway, not only because it's a great cause, but also it's your chance to win a $675,000 home for just $100. Atlanta-based comedian George Wallace dropped by the home for a tour.
Here incoming, we're at the 2024 St. Jude Dream Home. Guess who I found? George Wallace?
I'm just driving around. What's going on here?
Oh, George, now we know that you know style and you know classics, and that's why we wanted to bring you to the Dream Home.
This is the Dream Home, and I already heard about it. St. Jude's Research Hospital, right? Mm-hmm. For $100, you can win this beautiful house for $100. Listen,
you got it. You got tickets.
Does not want $100. You can win this whole beautiful home.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one ticket.
Okay.
2 tickets. 3 tickets. 4 tickets.
You came in stacked,
5
George.
tickets.
Look at that.
Okay, how about that?
You still got some more left.
But that's fine. I got to pay my water bill.
Okay.
Listen, but look at this beautiful home here, and you can win this.
You can win this. You want to see more?
Atlanta, you can win this house for St. Jude's Hospital, Research Hospital. We got to do this. Let's see more.
Let's see more. Would you cook in this kitchen?
I might cook a hot dog. But when my family comes over, they like to cook. You cannot beat this. Look at that. That's awesome.
I know. This is the microwave. This Bosch microwave right here.
But that's wonderful, though. That is wonderful. You just tap it, and the microwave opens.
Look at that.
Well, fan me with a brick. Is that nice or what? Atlanta, you have a choice. You got a chance. You got a chance for a blessing for $100. You can win a whole house.
With everything?
With everything. The lights are on. The electricity is already on. Can you beat that?
Can't beat it.
All right, so if you want your chance to win that beautiful dream home, and again, this is valued at $675,000, and it's just $100 to enter, okay? But it's not the only prize you could win. But if you want your chance to win any of these items, atlantanewsfirst.com/dreamhome is where you need to go. atlantanewsfirst.com/dreamhome for all the prizes available and also how to enter. Have a great day.